There is a reason you were born in a specific year, and not just the year itself, but the last number in it. That one final digit is not random. In the ancient traditions of Shaolin and Taoism, numbers are not mere symbols for counting. They are living vibrations, keys that unlock patterns hidden deep within the soul, silent indicators of your temperament, your karma, and the rhythm your spirit was meant to walk. Many people look outside themselves for answers, but the truth is always encoded within. In this video, you'll discover what the last digit of your birth year quietly reveals about your soul's path. You'll learn the spiritual qualities tied to each number from 0 to 9 and how these energies shape your inner world, your strengths, and even the challenges that return again and again in your life. These teachings are not found in surface-level numerology. They come from the internal maps passed down by the Shaolin temple through breath, silence, form, and formlessness. This is not superstition, it's inner science, the kind that doesn't predict but prepares, not magic but mastery. So if you felt an invisible pull, a pattern in your life you couldn't name, stay with me until the end. One of these numbers will speak directly to you, not as a label, but as a mirror. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. If you seek wisdom, self-mastery, and the forgotten teachings of the inner path, subscribe now. The journey within begins here. 0 is the number that holds nothing and everything. If the last digit of your birth year is 0, you carry the soul of the infinite. In Taoist and Shaolin philosophy, 0 is not a void to fear. It is the sacred space where all things arise. The still point at the center of the storm, the silence before the first breath. Your nature leans toward calm, toward emptiness, toward peace. You may find comfort in solitude, in watching rather than speaking, in sensing rather than chasing. This is a gift. In the Shaolin path, this quality is called Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, acting without force, moving with the current, not against it. But there is a shadow. The soul of the infinite must not vanish into nothingness. Stillness is not the same as stagnation. Your lesson is to remain awake inside the silence, to not escape the world, but to move within it with presence. It is easy for someone with the energy of 0 to disconnect from others, from responsibility, from themselves, to feel like a ghost in their own life. This is why your practice must include still movement, walking meditation, breath-based qigong, slow deliberate forms that link body and spirit so your presence returns to your body and your energy flows without resistance. Remember, emptiness is not absence, it is potential. When you walk through life like the open sky, vast, free, unburdened, nothing can control you. But when you become too detached, even the wind passes through you unnoticed. The soul of 0 must not disappear. It must become the silent power behind all things, quiet but alive. 1 is the spark that begins all things. If the last digit of your birth year is 1, your soul carries the energy of the initiator, the one who steps forward first. In ancient teachings, 1 is the number of yang, the sun, the fire, the impulse to rise and act. It brings strength, motion, and direction. Those with this energy are often seen as natural leaders, driven, decisive, and determined. But leadership is not simply about action. It is about alignment. Without inner clarity, the fire of 1 burns hot but without aim. It can turn into impatience, restlessness, or action fueled by ego. True leadership begins not with motion, but with stillness. In the Shaolin way, strength without control is chaos. That is why we first train the breath before the body. The silence before the strike is more important than the strike itself. For those born with the energy of 1, the challenge is to master the self before directing others. When the fire within is untrained, it reacts, it pushes, forces, dominates. But when that fire is tempered by humility and focus, it becomes the flame that lights the way, not just for you, but for others as well. To balance this powerful energy, practice inner stillness. Begin the day not with plans but with presence. Sit in silence, feel the body, let the fire settle. Train with calm, intentional forms, slow breath, quiet observation. Through this, the initiator becomes the master, not of others but of self. The soul of 1 is not here to dominate. It is here to illuminate, but before it can lead outward, it must burn steady and clear within. 2 is the number of reflection, of 1 becoming aware of another. If the last digit of your birth year is 2, your soul carries the energy of harmony. You live with a deep sensitivity to others. You feel the unspoken. You notice the tension in a room before words are spoken. In Taoist wisdom, this is the gift of yin-yang, the dance of opposites seeking balance. You are naturally drawn to connection. Relationships nourish you. Partnership, collaboration, empathy, these are your strengths. But what gives you sensitivity can also become your struggle. When the soul of two forgets its own center, it becomes overwhelmed by others' energy. You may absorb emotions that are not yours. You may begin to shift and shape yourself to keep the peace, losing your voice in the process. Over time, this can lead to confusion, emotional exhaustion, or even quiet resentment. Shaolin practice teaches that balance does not mean equality. It means clarity. The harmony you seek must begin within. The outer balance will only reflect what you have established inside. Your part is to develop inner boundaries, not made of walls, but of awareness. Through breath, you return to your own rhythm. Through body awareness, you ground into your own space. Each inhale becomes a reminder, this is mine. Each exhale, this I release. Practice slow flowing forms that reconnect breath and motion. Sit in stillness to feel where your energy begins and ends. Do not abandon your sensitivity, it is a strength, but let it serve you, not control you. The soul of two is not here to merge, it is here to mirror, to reflect truth gently and clearly, to be in the world without being consumed by it. 3 is the number where spirit begins to speak. If the last digit of your birth year is 3, your soul carries the energy of expression. In ancient wisdom, the number 3 represents the great triad, heaven, earth, and human. It is the bridge between realms, the point where inner truth seeks outer form. You are born with a voice, not just the one that speaks, but the one that reveals. Your gift is in communication, whether through words, movement, or art. There is a natural teacher within you, a messenger, someone who can take subtle truths and make them understood. But every gift brings its challenge. The soul of 3 often moves fast, mind racing, ideas flowing, always in motion. This can lead to scattered energy, unfinished work, or a tendency to stay at the surface of things. Too many words, too many directions, too little depth. The way forward is not to silence your expression, but to refine it. Shaolin wisdom teaches that true expression arises from stillness. The most powerful movement begins from complete stillness. In the same way, your speech, your art, your teaching must be anchored in presence. Practice speaking less, and when you speak, speak slowly. Let your words carry weight. Instead of spreading your energy across many things, go deep into one idea, one breath, one truth, fully explored. Engage in practices that align voice and body, chanting, breathwork, mindful movement. Let your energy gather before you release it. You are not here to impress, you are here to express what is real. And when you speak from that inner still point, people listen, not just with their ears, but with their hearts. The soul of 3 does not shout, it resonates. 4 is the number of the earth, solid, stable, and enduring. If the last digit of your birth year is 4, your soul carries the energy of foundation. In many ancient systems, 4 represents the directions, the elements, the seasons, the structures that shape life. You have a grounded presence. People feel safe around you. There is a quiet strength in the way you move through the world. You are here to build not just things but spaces, inner structures, steady routines, lasting relationships. You may find yourself drawn to roles where order, care, or consistency are needed. Others lean on you, often without even realizing it. But the same strength that allows you to hold steady can also become your greatest obstacle. Rigidity, attachment, a quiet resistance to change. When the soul of 4 clings too tightly to form, it forgets the flow. Life moves in cycles. The very seasons you embody are not fixed, they shift, so must you. Shaolin practice reminds us that even the most powerful stance must breathe. A rooted posture is not stiff, it flows. Even in stillness there is movement. Even in structure there is space. Your part is to honor the form without becoming trapped by it. Develop routines, but allow them to evolve. Hold space for others, but leave room for growth. Don't confuse strength with tension. Practice stances that rise and fall like waves. Ground through your feet, but let your breath be your guide. Stay open, even while holding firm. You are the mountain, but even mountains are shaped by wind, rain, and time. When you learn to bend without breaking, to adapt without losing your core, you become unshakable. The soul of 4 is here, not just to build, but to build what lasts, by flowing with what is. 5 is the number of motion, of transformation, of the space between. If the last digit of your birth year is 5, your soul carries the energy of change. In Taoist philosophy, 5 sits at the center of the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. It is the pivot point, the place from which all movement begins and returns. You are naturally drawn to newness, exploration, reinvention. There's a restlessness in your spirit, not from lack, but from a deep need to evolve. You see the world through many lenses, shifting easily between roles, ideas, and environments. This gift allows you to adapt, to renew, to transform. But change without center becomes chaos. The soul of 5 can lose itself in motion, always chasing, never arriving. You may find it difficult to stay with one thing long enough to see its deeper truth. The energy disperses, the roots don't take hold. Shaolin wisdom teaches that transformation is not wild, it is directed. Fire must be contained to give light, water must be channeled to nourish. Your part is to build a center within the movement. Create small rituals, morning breathwork, a short seated meditation, or a daily writing practice. These still points anchor your energy. They allow your many faces to return to one core. In training, you may benefit from dynamic forms that return to stillness, fast followed by still, movement followed by pause. This teaches your body what your spirit seeks, rhythm, not randomness. You are not here to stay the same, but you are also not here to be lost in constant motion. True transformation rises from presence, not escape. The soul of 5 is a wave. Its power is undeniable, but it must return to the shore again and again to remember where it begins. 6 is the number of quiet strength, the energy that supports from behind the scenes. If the last digit of your birth year is 6, your soul carries the energy of service. You feel a deep sense of responsibility, not from pressure, but from compassion. You see pain where others overlook it. You hear the needs others never voice. This is the path of the healer, not always with hands, but always with presence. You carry warmth, stability, a calming influence that makes people feel safe to unfold. This is your nature, but in the ancient traditions, even compassion must be trained. The danger for the soul of 6 is overgiving, giving beyond what is true, beyond what is healthy, beyond what is asked. In trying to help everyone, you may begin to lose your own center. Exhaustion follows, resentment, emptiness. Shaolin teachings offer a path through this. Wushin, no mind. Wushin means to serve without attachment, to give with full heart, but without clinging to outcome or identity. You are not the rescuer. You are simply present. Your service flows from clarity, not compulsion. To walk this path, you must care for your own energy. Begin with boundaries, not as walls, but as gentle reminders. Know when to stop, when to rest, when to say no without guilt. Your practice must return you to yourself. Stillness meditation, silent walks, rituals that refill your spirit, in learning to serve without losing yourself. Your compassion deepens, it becomes spacious, not heavy. The soul of 6 is not here to carry others, it is here to walk beside them, to offer light when needed, and step back when the journey must be walked alone. True service uplifts both the giver and the receiver. It flows, not forces. It heals, but does not bind. 7 is the number of the seeker, the soul that turns inward in search of what cannot be seen. If the last digit of your birth year is 7, your path is one of insight. In Buddhism, 7 is a sacred number. It appears in rituals, teachings, and symbols of awakening. You carry within you a quiet longing, not for success or status, but for truth, real truth, the kind that lives beneath thought and beyond words. Your mind is naturally reflective. Questions come easily. Surface answers rarely satisfy. You are drawn to silence, sacred texts, and moments of still awareness. This is not a path you chose, it is the one that called you. But even the seeker can lose their way. The energy of 7 often drifts into isolation, a sense of being apart, different, or misunderstood. There may also arise a subtle pride, feeling spiritually advanced, yet disconnected from the humility true wisdom requires. Shaolin and Buddhist traditions remind us that the path is not meant to be walked alone. Even monks train in community. Even hermits return to share their insights. Wisdom deepens not only in solitude, but in connection. Your practice must balance inner silence with shared presence. Join a sangha. Sit in stillness with others. not to be taught, but to be reminded. You are not separate. The same truth you seek in silence also lives in others' eyes, words, and breath. Cultivate a discipline that grounds you: regular meditation, mindful reading, deep listening. But remain open. Let your seeking be soft, not sharp, curious, not closed. The soul of 7 is not just here to find answers. It is here to become a living question, to walk the path of wisdom with openness, not certainty, and in doing so, guide others gently toward their own light. 8 is the number of refinement of energy shaped by intention. If the last digit of your birth year is 8, your soul carries the energy of power. In ancient wisdom, 8 represents balance, true strength, the symbol of infinity turned upright. It is the quiet force that moves mountains, not through force, but through unwavering focus. You are here to lead, not through command, but by the way you walk. Your presence speaks before your words. You have a natural ability to direct energy, set order, and create results. Where others drift, you anchor. Where others hesitate, you commit. But this path comes with weight. The soul of 8 can become too sharp, too fixed on control, achievement, or perfection. You may drive yourself hard, demand much, and forget softness in the pursuit of strength. When discipline becomes punishment, the power turns inward. Tension replaces flow. Will becomes armor. Shaolin teachings remind us that true power is never harsh. It is steady, precise, and compassionate. The strongest warrior is also the gentlest. Your practice is to train with purpose, but without cruelty. Compassionate discipline, not as an idea, but as a lived rhythm. Let your movements carry awareness, let your breath soften your edges. In Shaolin Kung Fu, the same hand that strikes also protects. The same body that pushes forward also yields. Hold high standards, but from love, not pressure. Refine your will, but allow space for grace. Rest when needed. Laugh often. Strength without kindness becomes cold, but strength with heart becomes unstoppable. The soul of 8 is not here to dominate. It is here to embody what mastery looks like. Firm yet fluid, focused yet free. When your power serves truth instead of ego, you become a quiet force the world can trust. 9 is the number of return, the closing of a cycle, the quiet echo of all that came before. If the last digit of your birth year is 9, your soul carries the energy of completion. This is the part of the old soul, one who feels the weight of memory, the depth of karma, the tenderness of time. You move through life with a sense of knowing, often without words. There's a wisdom in your gaze, a softness in your presence. You may find yourself drawn to healing, guiding, or protecting others. You carry threads of ancestral memory, even if you don't understand them fully. Empathy runs deep. You feel what others hide. Yet this depth can become a shadow. The soul of 9 can become heavy, too tied to what was. Old wounds, past failures, generational pain. You may hold emotions longer than they need to be held. There's a tendency to carry the past like a sacred burden. But even sacred burdens must be released. In Shaolin and Taoist traditions, completion does not mean clinging. It means release. To complete a cycle is to honor it, then let it go. Your practice is one of ritual and release. Fire practice, where paper thoughts are burned in silence. Forgiveness meditation, where old stories are softened by breath. These are not performances, they are tools to loosen the grip of yesterday. You must learn to feel without drowning, to remember without reliving, to honor the ancestors by choosing freedom, not repetition. Your path is not to live in the past, but to walk forward, carrying only what is wise. The soul of 9 is here to close chapters with grace, to bless endings without fear, and to remind others that healing is not forgetting, it is remembering with peace. Every number carries a rhythm, an energy that echoes through your life. The last digit of your birth year is not here to define you, but to reveal something already within you, a hidden current, a quiet calling. In the Shaolin tradition, we do not seek labels, we seek clarity. Self-knowledge is not about limitation, it's about liberation. When you understand your nature, you stop fighting yourself. You begin to move with the flow, not against it. Perhaps you saw your reflection in more than one number. That's okay. We are layered. We are changing. The purpose is not to box the soul, but to open it, to shine light into forgotten places. Let this knowledge guide your practice. Let it shape the way you sit, breathe, speak, and walk. Whether you are the seeker, the builder, the healer, or the one who burns with fire, you are here to return to your center, again and again, with awareness, with softness, with truth. So take a moment today to reflect, not just on what you've heard, but on how it lives in your body, your breath, your choices. Let it move quietly into your day. If this journey spoke to you, stay with us. Like this video, share it with someone who walks the inner path, and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire. Here, we explore ancient wisdom for modern lives, one step, one breath, one truth at a time. Peace within, power without. The path continues.